And there's the national anthem for tonight's game between the VolState Pioneers and the Old Hickory Baseball Club. We are up and running thanks to A.J. Fawson, head engineer here at Volunteer State Community College. Welcome to Gallatin, Tennessee, and tonight's broadcast. We're running a little bit like our hair's on fire. The opposing team got here a little bit late. I was just handed the lineup card for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. They had some players that were late in arriving, but a little different look tonight for the Pioneers. I'll give you the defensive lineup for VolState. In left field, Jay Sharla. In center field, Devin Thrain. Reed Mashinsky out in right field. Tanner Bumbleau playing third base today. Tyler Holsworth at shortstop. Corbin Overbay is at second base. Brody Melton over there at first base, trying to rein in some of the throws from the infielders. And behind the plate for the first time this fall, Landon Godsey, and he will receive the pitches from today's starter, Danton Reinhardt. I will now give you the starting lineup for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. The 18 and under team. They are batting 10, just as the VolState Pioneers are as well. So leading off playing left field, they only have last names on here, so I'll see if I can look on here. Tristan Vallone, batting second, playing second base. Chris Collins, he will have no number on the back of his jersey. Batting third, playing right field, number 10, Isaac Patterson. And we have a set of twins playing first base and catcher, batting fourth and fifth. Number 40, Zachary Center, and number 24, Hayden Center. And batting sixth, playing center field, number 22, Nate Edgeworth. Batting seventh, the third baseman with a football number, number 88, Arthur Myers. Number 11, the starting pitcher for Old Hickory, is Eric Curtis. And number 9 hitter playing shortstop, number 7, find him on the roster, Riley Franz. And batting 10th, number 33, extra hitter. I don't see him on the lineup. So someone named Johnson. Maybe he doesn't have that number. Maybe he's got a different number. See if I see a Johnson. Logan Johnson. There he is. Okay. And we are set to go here at Pioneer Field, lefty on lefty. First pitch from Danton Reinhardt in there for a called strike. Hitting the wrong buttons already. Strike one. Still with the technical issues. No balls, 2 strikes. To Vallone. Now 1 ball, 2 strike count. I'm going to have to start my scoreboard all over again. There's a line drive into right field. So a leadoff single. For Tristan Vallone. Write his name in my scorebook. That will bring up no number Collins, Chris Collins. He is I believe he'd be the son of one of the coaches here today, man of the same name down at first base. All right, now those buttons are working. One ball, one strike. Ground ball to third. Bumbelow bobbles and will not be able to make a play. Then we'll put runners at first and second. With nobody out. And stepping to the plate, number 10, Isaac Patterson. He will lay down a bunt that will be fielded by Reinhardt. The sacrifice bunt will work. Moving runners to second and third with one out. So Chris Collins on down at second base. And Tristan Vallone at third. Brings up the left-handed hitting Zachary Center. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. See if my scoreboard is back working. Look at there. We have a scoreboard. Pitch in the dirt. Picked out of there by Landon Godsey. Been playing first base in the first 3 games that he's played in this year. First time behind the plate for the Pioneers. Their breaking pitch misses outside. Two balls and a strike, one out. 2 runners on here in the top of the first inning, just getting started. On deck, number 24 is Hayden Center, the brother of Zachary, who's at the plate now with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. If you know me, folks, you know that I am not excited about getting a lineup card right before the game, along with technical issues on a broadcast. So the sweat is pouring even inside the booth, coming down my forehead. We have our first full count. This full count going to be brought to you by our man A.J. Fawson that came up here and fixed our issue with the OBS system that runs our live stream. Swing and a miss. Reinhardt gets out number 2 on a strikeout. So a single, an error, a sac bunt. Now a strikeout brings us to second and third with 2 outs. First pitch to Hayden Center. Misses outside. Probably take the second time these young men get to the plate before I'll be able to tell you what high schools they go to. There's a swing and a drive out to left field. That will get down in front of Charla and will hop over his glove. 2 runs will score. Hayden Center stopped at first base and then moved on into second base. So a 2-run scoring double. Gives Old Hickory the early 2-0 lead. Not much rain here in Gallatin or even Middle Tennessee to speak of. And as that ball hit the ground out there in front of Jay Charla, it hopped right over his glove. Swing and a miss. Reinhardt gets Nate Edgeworth. Swing on the first pitch. Tyler Holsworth working behind the runner. There's another line drive down the left field line. That will get down for another run-scoring base hit. Edgeworth will apparently stay at first base, and the throw that got up into the sun, Corbin Overbay, could not see the throw that came in from Jay Charla, but another run on the board. Slicing line drive down the left field line. Scores Hayden Center with the third run of the inning for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. Another left-handed hitter stepping in the box. Number 88, Myers. First pitch misses inside. Dan Reinhardt feels like he's been punched in the face here. 3 hits here in the top of the first inning, along with an error. So unearned runs, but another line drive to left field. Jay Charla will come on, try to make a diving play, and it will fall as well. So the fourth single, or the fourth base hit in the inning, puts runners at first and second. As these Old Hickory hitters are wearing out the left side after Tristan Vallone, the leadoff batter, hit a line drive into right field. So let's see while Coach Braden Kale goes out to talk to Danton Reinhardt, if I can get caught up on the lineup card. So that young man's name was Arthur Myers. Three runs in. Stepping to the plate, number 11, Eric Curtis. I think they have 11 guys that are here, maybe 11 or 12 guys that are here. They're going to play a 9-inning game. So Eric Curtis. First pitch to Curtis called strike one. Curtis showing as the pitcher. So the pitcher is batting, and there's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike from Reinhardt. On deck, Riley Franz. Eric Curtis, the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the first inning. Fastball misses just down. One ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Nice block by Gotze. He does keep it right below him and turns around. Picks that ball up, keeps the runners at first and second. Nate Edgeworth, the runner at second. Arthur Myers, the runner at first base. 2-2 pitch. On the way, swing and a miss. And Reinhardt gets his second strikeout and the final out here in the first inning. But not before 3 runs come across on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There was 1 costly error. 2 runners left on base. We'll take a breath. We'll come back for the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Going to the bottom of the first inning. In the first three scheduled for the Pioneers, Hunter Searcy, the DH for Coach Jim McGuire, will lead it off. Batting second, Tanner Bumbelow, and batting third, Landon Godsey. First pitch into Hunter Searcy, called strike one. 3 spot on the board in the top of the first inning for the Old Hickory Baseball Club, a 18 and under team. High school players looking for a place to land in college. A showcase game for them to come here to VolState. They have head coach Jim McGuire and pitching coach Braden Kale as Hunter Searcy drives one out the left field, turns around the outfielder. Tristan Vallone out there, one hops a fence. Hunter Searcy will pull into second base with a leadoff double as Searcy continues his hot hitting in 3 games so far this year. He's 3 for 8. That's his second double. So now 4 for 9 for the fall. So Tanner Bumbelow comes to the plate. He is playing third base here, and he will swing at the first pitch he sees from Eric Curtis. Drive a fly ball to center field, now moving over toward left center, and he cannot make the play. That ball drops, and Hunter Searcy runs into the third baseman. The umpire calls interference and will award Hunter Searcy home plate. Third baseman standing right in Hunter's way as he rounded second base. So a run on the board. Center fielder Nate Edgeworth out there having difficulty making that grab. That will go in my book as an E8. So no RBI for Tanner Bumbelow. The most that should have happened there, Hunter Searcy would have tugged up and gone to third base. But center fielder completely confused there. That brings up Landon Godsey. He will look at the first pitch from Curtis inside, ball 1. So VolState gets one of those 3 back here in 2 batters. Now 2 balls, no strikes to Eric Curtis. Not sure if some of these guys are playing out of position, have no idea where they normally play. But I think most of them pitch. There's a tapper back to the pitcher. Eric Curtis didn't even look at second base. Bumbelow will move over to third base. It acts as though it's a sacrifice bunt. Godsey will be out 1-3. So an error by each team here in the first inning. Very costly for the Pioneers. See how costly it is for Old Hickory. Brody Melton steps to the plate. Probably the hottest hitter for the Pioneers. He and Caleb Hawkins, who is not in the starting lineup. Brody Melton went 5 for his first 5 in college. Now 6 for 8 in his 3 games. Played in games 2, 3, and 5 as a double. And there's a long drive to left field. I believe that ball is going to be out of here by a long shot. Brody Melton just hit his first college home run here in the fall, a 2-run shot. That was a no-doubter between the light pole and the scoreboard. And he will touch them all. Ties the score up after 4 batters. 3 home runs hit by VolState on Saturday up at Murray State. And here a double and a home run in the bottom of the first inning. Brings to the plate Reed Mashinsky. First pitch to Reed. Sails over his head. Brody Melton, who just hit that home run from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Reed Mashinsky from Bradenton, Florida. Both true freshmen. Mashinsky from Lakewood Ranch High School, and he is now gone 3 balls, no strikes from Eric Curtis. Eric Curtis from Wilson Central, and looks like he is a commit already to Christian Brothers, and he walks Mashinsky on 4 straight. So Reed will hustle on down to first base. First walk of the game by Eric Curtis. Bring to the plate Tyler Holsworth, young man from Norcross, Georgia. Eric Curtis missed now 5 straight after giving up the 2-run shot to Brody Melton. Now 6 in a row. Tyler Holsworth has played in 4 games. He has gone 1 for 8. Has scored 4 runs, though. That pitch sails to the backstop. Mashinsky will head on down to second base on the wild pitch. So with a 3-0 count, out will come one of the coaches, Chris Collins. He and I believe it's Gar Volante are the coaches here today for the 18U Old Hickory Baseball Club. Come out and talk to his right-hander, Eric Curtis. Try to settle him down after giving up a double and what should have been a fly out to center field, but was misjudged. Not easy to play in a new park they've never been in before, and it's not really a sun field out there in center field, but when you have a totally different backdrop you're not used to, it can be a bit disconcerting. And these young fellas showed up pretty late here at the ballpark, so they didn't get a whole lot of work in before the game. They pretty much just showed and started playing. There's a 3-0 pitch right down the can for strike 1. Get Reed Mashinsky over there at second base. Holsworth, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He fouls that ball off to the right side. We'll go into the trees, and I don't see a pitcher jumping out of the stands yet to go get that ball, but rest assured somebody will be on it. Full count brought to you by Blue Grill Barbecue, 1845B, Nashville Pike, Gallatin, Tennessee. Ball 4. Puts runners at first and second. Breaking pitch on that full count to Tyler Holsworth. So with 1 out, 2 runners on, brings it up plate from Lebanon, Tennessee. Big Chase Birdwell, third-year player here for the Pioneers. He is the multi-use man. He can pitch. He plays middle infield. He can hit. Swings at the first pitch from Curtis. Fouls that ball off. Six foot, 200-pound redshirt sophomore. Son of Deanna and Troy Rogers. At the plate looking to drive in some runs. That fastball misses high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The young man they call Birdie. Isn't that right, Michael Franklin? That's what you call him. Press box gang today. Got a new member up here, Silas Randolph. The runners go. The ball is popped up. Not sure if it'll be in play. It looks like it will get out. And into the grass area just to the left of the stands behind the Pioneers dugout. No fans were harmed by that foul ball. So Silas Randolph on the injured list up here running the scoreboard. Young man out of Monterey High School. Father is the chief of police of Monterey. Is that right, Silas? There he is. Breaking pitch just over the top of Birdie's helmet. And Alex Qualls back up here running the tunes. And our public address announcer from Lipscomb Academy. Count goes full. This full count brought to you by, who are we going to use this time? We'll go Brandon Webster. Exit Realty Garden Gate team. The runners go. Foul ball is Chase. Looked like he started to go and then was wanting to pull up, but ended up fouling it off the handle of the bat. So that's our second full count first pitch foul ball that somebody swung at. The first one that's been fouled off today. 1 for 2, right at the average at 52% so far. So we'll try it again with one out. The runners are going again, and that came close to hitting Bird, but ball 4, third straight walk by starting pitcher Eric Curtis. And Gar Valente here is flashing some signs. I thought maybe he was talking to Coach McGuire about maybe shutting the inning down, but not sure how many pitches they want this young man to throw. But Corbin Overbay will step to the plate. He will have to lean away from the first pitch, which was in tight right at the belt. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3 runs in here in the bottom of the first inning. Young man out of Wilson Central, a commitment to Christian Brothers, struggling here in the bottom of the first. There's a pitch right down Broadway. Overbay takes a look at. Corbin Overbay is also had a great fall so far. He is 4 for 9. Went 2 for 3 in the second Ren Lake game. Taps a ball foul to the Pioneers dugout. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Overbay from Sevier County High School, Sevierville, Tennessee, playing second base. The 2-2 pitch, grounded to short. Third baseman comes over and cross, but throw up in the sun. Overbay was going to beat that out. 2 runs will score. Overbay will move on down to second base. And that will end the inning as 2 more runs do come across. So we will switch innings as though that was 3 outs. We will move further ahead in the game. We'll go to the top of the second. We'll be right back after this short break. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Leading off top of the second inning for the Old Hickory Baseball Club, Riley Franz started off playing shortstop, and Danton Reinhardt back there out on the mound. First pitch to Franz, ball away. Danton looking to have a clean inning here in the second. On 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball on the corner. Says home plate umpire Chris Judkins, who is working his first game, I understand, back after having to take the summer off. Ended up having a surgery in July. So hopefully he'll be able to make it through the whole game. Riley Franz not showing a school for Riley on the lineup card, and he will take a walk, a leadoff walk, as Dan Reinhardt, who gave up 3 runs and 4 hits in the top of the first inning, not starting off the way he'd like. That's his first walk of the contest, but yet another runner on base. Logan Johnson, the extra hitter and the 10th batter in the Old Hickory lineup, steps into the plate. Right-handed hitter called strike on the outside corner. Logan Johnson from Franklin High School. Actually a 2024 high school graduate, so he'd be a junior, and he lines the ball out to left center field. A diving attempt by Devin Thrain, and he makes the catch. Throws back to first base, and in time to double off Riley Franz. A nice diving catch by Devin Thrain. From here, I couldn't tell if he actually got it in the glove, but base umpire Randy Hunley says yes, and he made that call quickly. Thrain came up throwing to first base. Brody Melton able to catch it on the hop for out number 2. So a double play, just what the doctor ordered, and that brings to the plate leadoff batter Tristan Vallone. Dan Reinhardt with a little shot of energy there. Throws a fastball in the outside corner called strike 1. Off-speed pitch comes inside. Backs Vallone off the plate. To put a star by that play, there's a swing and a miss. Devin Thrain, a two-way player, left-handed pitcher. And amazingly, he's also a left-handed outfielder, Michael. It's crazy how, but yet he can swing a bat right-handed. Several two-way players for the Pioneers this year as that ball goes in the dirt. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got if you leave him alone, Alex, he'll probably leave you alone. Got a little wasp spray. If we get in a wasp in here, that's on the corner called strike 3. So Reinhardt ends up only facing 3 after walking the first batter of the inning. Ends up getting a double play on a highlight reel play by Devin Thrain, who made a diving catch out in center field, then was able to double off the runner at first base. So 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the second. 5-3, the Pioneers lead. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the campus of Volunteer State Community College. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Special day in the Reese household, the birthday of my lovely wife, Susan. She is 49 years old again today. Doesn't look a day over 39. Is Devin Thrain, who made that fantastic play in the outfield, leads off here in the bottom of the second inning. Eric Curtis still on the mound for Old Hickory. Thrain, as I said, a two-way player. Swings and drives the ball down the left field. That stays fair. It's trouble, and it is. A fair ball right in the corner. Tristan Vallone digs it out, gets it back in the infield, as those infielders are having trouble from those throws coming from the left side of the infield. Thrain will stand up at second with a leadoff double. So that's 2 innings in a row that the Pioneers have led the inning off with a double. So Big J Charla stepping to the plate. Left fielder for the Pioneers. First pitch and only pitch that he saw up at Wren Lake on Saturday. Hit him right in the hip, I believe, or the upper leg. Jay, just a couple at-bats so far this fall. He takes a hack, pops it up over the left side between left and short, and that ball will fall safely as the shortstop was going out. Ended up reaching back with his hand to try to make that grab, but could not. So Jay will be on at first base. Thrain will stay put at second. So a pop-up single for Jay Charla, his first hit of the fall. And Hunter Searcy will step back into the box with 2 runners on, nobody out. First pitch he sees in there for called strike. Searcy with a leadoff double in the left center field. That pitch misses his shins. 1 ball, 1 strike. The young man from Louisville, Kentucky. The son of Larry and Dodie Searcy. Grandson of Pawpaw and Situ. And Nana from Linden. Second-year player for the Pioneers. Hunter, 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore. Attended Louisville Eastern, a business management major, and the brother of Austin Searcy. They are back again for year number 2 with this broadcast. Count goes 2 balls and a strike now to Hunter. On deck, Tanner Bumbelow. Thank you to those of you that have already emailed the show in the past. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Whoops. My intern doesn't make mistakes like that. My intern has been my wife. And there's a breaking pitch that sails over the back of the neck of Hunter Searcy. Brings the count full. This full count will be brought to you by Susan Reese for her 920 birthday. She's part of the 920 club. Miranda Oldham, our pastor, swings and fouls that ball straight back. Cade McKee is on, or Sanders, and Eli Klotfelter now hustling after that foul ball. Nobody out. And that ball hits Hunter Searcy. He will head on down to first base with a hit by pitch. So the bases are loaded, and Tanner Bumblelow comes to the plate. Head coach Jim McGuire came over, check a little bit on Hunter Searcy, the designated hitter today. Assistant coach John Ripel down there talking to Hunter. I'm not sure where that got him. It might have got him on the hand. A double, a bloop single, and a hit batter. And Tanner Bumblelow may have just cleared the bases, and he has not. A catch by the right fielder, Isaac Patterson, on the warning track. Will drive in 1 run. I thought that ball had a chance to get out, but Tanner got just underneath that ball. But all the runners move up, and a run comes in for the Pioneers. It brings Landon Godsey to the plate. So Isaac Patterson out there playing deep. Already did not have a long way to go. Looks like he's about 10 steps away from the warning track, and Landon Godsey will drive a ball into left field for a base hit. 2 runs will score on the single by Godsey. Making the score 8-3 Pioneers. Godsey not wasting any time. Swinging at the first pitch he sees. Hunter Searcy and Big J Sharla come across. So that's 3 runs in the inning. Brody Melton stepping to the plate. He homered, and that pitch comes high and tight. Will get by the catcher, Hayden Center, as Godsey will move down to second base on the wild pitch. Another pitch sails high, and we'll go to the backstop. Godsey will move down to third base. Brody Melton having about as good a start to a freshman fall season as you absolutely can have. 2-0 pitch swung on and driven deep to left field. That might be 2, and it is. 2 home runs in the ball game. Brody Melton is on fire. 2 2-run home runs for the young man. Let me get that off. We will clear the bases and reset the count. 10-3. Brody Melton is on fire. 2 2-run home runs for the young man from Tullahoma, Tennessee, Tullahoma High School. Brings to the plate Reed Mashinsky, who walked his last plate appearance. First pitch he sees in there for a strike. So Melton, that ball's grounded down to first base. It gets off the glove of Zachary Center into right field. Mashinsky, who can run, gets into second base on the 2-base error. Bringing to play Tyler Holsworth. So 4 hits in the inning. Holsworth watches ball 1 go by. He also walked in the first inning. Ball 2. Tyler has yet to see a strike. That is not true. He did see one. It was Reed Mashinsky going on the 3-0 pitch. It's called a strike, and he will get into third base safely. As Coach McGuire and Reed, hopefully that's just working on being able to read a pitcher and get a good jump. Definitely not trying to pour on runs, as that pitch will also be on the outside corner for strike 2. Full count brought to you by Framework Athletics, located at 104B Jessica Lauren Court in Hendersonville. Swinging a foul ball down the right field line. I'm not sure that ball will get out of play. So a full count first pitch foul ball by Tyler Holsworth. I believe he did have a full count as well his last time up, but ball 4 was thrown eventually. This is the 8th batter to come to the plate. And he gets hit by a pitch. So that's the second hit batter. It's the second time that the hit batter would have walked if the ball had not hit him. And that, in fact, was
number 27, Chase Birdwell.
Hunter Searcy. Birdwell almost hit by a pitch in a 3-2 pitch, and he gets hit there. Birdwell, and that will end the first inning, or the second inning, as Bird just walks to the dugout. So the inning ends with the bases loaded. VolState puts 5 more on the board here in the second inning. The Pioneers are putting some runs on the board. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back at VolState, where we're heading to the top of the third inning. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Carter Bolt, redshirt freshman from Gainesville, Georgia. Hometown is, I think it changed to Gainesville, Georgia. He went to Lambert High School, nursing major here at VolState. The son of Corey and Andrea Bolt. In for the Pioneers here in the top of the third. He will face 2, 3, and 4. Little sidearm sweeping curveball misses a little bit high. Chris Collins reached on an error on a ground ball to third base in the first inning and ended up scoring On a double, there's a fastball that stays inside. Is Carter dropping down a little bit more than he used to, or has he always been that much sidearm? I'm sorry? He used to be lower, so he's come up. So Landon Tucker is the most sidearm, but I didn't realize that Bolt was coming from this far down. But the ball seems to be snapping in there off of Gotze's glove tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike from the 5'9", 150-pound redshirt freshman. And there's a ground ball right back up the middle. So Chris Collins now 1 for 2. Kind of measured that arm slot and had a nice swing on a pitch right down the middle of the plate. 5th hit of the ball game for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. Isaac Patterson, the right fielder, steps to the plate. He had a sacrifice bunt after the first 2 batters reached. Breaking pitch misses just outside. Bolt's got some nice action on that breaking pitch. Just needs to start it at the batter's hip. Fastball swung on and dropped by Landon Gotze, but it drops right at his feet. Collins cannot advance. Throw over to first, not in time. A lot going on as a ball gets away down at the bullpen. I guess a right-hander getting loose. First base coach Chris Collins retrieves that. A lot going on in the Reese household tonight. Not only my wife's birthday and this broadcast, but there's another bunt by the 3-hole batter. Carter Bolt comes out and will throw it to first base. So another sac bunt to get the runner at second base. That seems a bit odd in a showcase game right here to be having a young man sacrifice bunt twice. So 1 out and a man at second. Brings Zachary Center to the plate. He struck out in the first inning. First pitch in the dirt. Old Hickory scored 3 in the top of the first inning. As a throw back to second base, not in time. As Pioneers have been working on those pickoff plays the last couple of weeks. Practice it in the game here. That's what the fall is all about. 52 players on the VolState roster. 23 are true freshmen. There's a swing and a tap foul on deck batter. Then the twin to Zachary Center is Hayden Center. He will retrieve that foul ball. These young men are out of Nolensville High School, along with the center fielder Nate Edgeworth. Nice pitch on the outside corner. Makes count go 1 ball, 2 strikes. First inning after Zachary Center struck out, his twin brother doubled, Edgeworth singled, Arthur Myers singled. There's a swing and a foul ball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pioneers have played 5 games so far this fall, have won all 5. 2 against the Cumberland University junior varsity team, 1 against the Knights 18U team, and then a doubleheader against Wren Lake Junior College. Swing and a miss on a very nice sweeping curveball by Carter Bolt. That ended up down below Zachary Center's knees, but he could not hold up. The first strikeout by Bolt, second out of the inning. And Hayden Center, who doubled in 2 runs in the first inning, steps to the plate. Breaking pitch as Center stepping away, called strike 1. So the umpires, Chris Judkins and Randy Hunley, here for today's game. Both college umpires that I know Randy Hunley does, pretty sure he does SEC games. Not sure about Chris. I know that Chris did in the first year, in 2021, did a number of games for the Full Count Rhythm team in the Ohio Valley League. Very well-respected umpires. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Throw down to second base. Not in time to get Chris Collins. Nice throw by Landon Godsey. Goes 1 ball, 2 strikes on the catcher for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. Pioneers will play 3 games against teams that are 18 and under. Swinging a ground ball. Tanner Bumbleau will come up and make it on the first hop. Throw over to Melton at first base, who battles the sun and makes the catch for out number 3. So 4 batters come to the plate against Carter Bolt after the leadoff single, able to retire the next 3 in order. And that will end the top of the 3rd inning. 10-3, the Pioneers lead. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Pioneers, Corbin Overbay.
Now batting, number 25.
On deck, Devin Thrain and Jay Sharla in the hole. Bottom 3 in Coach Jim McGuire's lineup here for the Pioneers. Game is scheduled for 9. We'll go all 9. There's no run rule here as these guys are looking to get seen. First pitch to Overbay, misses high. New pitcher on the mound, number 33, Logan Johnson, who is the extra hitter from Franklin High School. Going 2-0 to the VolState second baseman, who singled. Had an infield single. That pitch sails high off of new catcher Isaac Patterson's glove. Let's see who went out there to right field. Might be the catcher and the right fielder may have swapped as 4 straight to Overbay. Puts Corbin on first base. A leadoff walk. Devin Thrain stepping to the plate. He doubled. to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Pitch goes low. So the young man out of Franklin High School, Logan Johnson, had a little trouble finding the plate. Eric Curtis went 2 innings, gave up 10 runs. There's going to be the first strike called. Curtis gave up 7 hits. Hit 3 batters. Gave up 2 home runs, both to Brody Melton, throw over to first base, and Overbay is back. Curtis walked 3 batters in the first inning, did not walk a batter in the second. Did not strike anyone out. The 1-1, the runner goes, pitch out, low and outside. No chance for Patterson to make a throw. As Overbay steals second. Got a decent amount of speed on this ball club this year. I think there's going to be a lot more running. As that one sails by Patterson. Or a wild pitch. Moves Overbay to third base. Curtis, who walked 3 batters in the first, then actually hit 3 batters in the second inning. So the young pitcher's pitching on a college campus. There's another wild pitch, and Overbay will stay put. And Devin Thrain will jog down to first base, put runners at first and third.
Now batting, number 35, Jay Charlo.
I'll bring to the plate DeLynn Charlo's boy, Jay. Big Jay Charlo. Got to believe the Charlos are tuning in. Jake and DeLynn. And Jay gets hit again. He and Landon Godsey have targets on them. That's at least the second time that Jay's been hit. Not today, but he's been, that's his 3rd time this fall that Jay Charla has been hit with a pitch. It's the 4th hit batter by Old Hickory today. So walk, and a hit batter has loaded the bases here in the bottom of the 3rd. Eight batters came to the plate in the first inning for VolState. 9 batters came to the plate in the second inning, and Old Hickory has only recorded 1 out in each of those innings before the lineup or the inning was decided to be turned over. So that brings it to plate. Leadoff batter Hunter Sersty, breaking pitch blocked nicely by Isaac Patterson. Got 30 folks watching on YouTube. Wonder how many there are on the Twitter. Another slider, I guess, is what that is. A little late breaking pitch gets away from Patterson, but not far enough for Overbay to advance. At this point, probably Coach McGuire is going to make VolState hitters knock these guys in. Probably not going to go on wild pitches. Pitch misses down. As Logan Johnson stares in. And he comes set as Sersey just stepped into the box. Johnson trying to speed up, and Hunter Sersey trying to slow things down a little bit, asking for time until he gets into the box. Now he gets to his regular setup. The 3-1 Misses outside, ball 4. Third walk of the inning.
Now batting, number 48, Tanner Bumbleow.
Tanner Bumbleow comes to the plate again with the bases loaded. Last time up, he hit a ball right to the warning track in right field. That pitch will get in the dirt, and each runner will move up. It's a little slider that he's throwing, that just throwing down a little bit too low. Runners now at second and third for Tanner. Another pitch inside. Count goes 2 balls, no strikes to Tanner Bumbleow out of Overton High School. Two-way player, right-handed pitcher. Nice stop by Isaac Patterson. 3 balls, no strikes. Five runs in the first, 5 runs in the second, and 2 here in the third inning for the Pioneers. There's a breaking pitch that will get in there for called strike 1. Tanner played, he pitched in game 1 of the Wren Lake series and batted in game 2 at the plate 4 times and walked 3. And he will walk again here. Load the bases. Nobody warming in the bullpen. I assume that each of these pitchers are going to go 1 inning regardless. So Logan Johnson, this is your inning. Landon Godsey steps to the plate. The pride of Indianapolis, and Paul and Suzanne Godsey. Welcome to the broadcast again, loyal listeners. It's always great to have the Godseys. Fastball delivered outside. Landon 1 for 2, grounded back to the pitcher in the first inning, and then singled and scored, and time called, or a balk was called. A balk, as Logan Johnson is rushing a little bit here. 13-4. No hits in the inning. Walks and hit batters. Chris Judkins gives that a strike call right there, as it was somewhat close. Landon hopes that the ball gets a little bit closer to hit, and he does get one finally to hit a nice sharp breaking pitch that comes into the zone. He fouls that off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know how that 4th run got up there. Yeah, I don't know how that did. Swing and a miss, and down goes Godsey. I see it said 13-4, and that will be the 1 out, as the inning will turn over here. So 3 runs scored, no hits. We don't count runners on base when you don't go through the whole lineup. So 3 runs, no hits, no errors. And it is 13-3. Not sure how that extra run, I'm sure it's operator error. So we will head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Right-hander Caden Blackford on for inning number 4. Wears number 43 on his jersey from White House, Tennessee. Attended White House High School. General Studies major, the son of Jeff and Kim. So I just made that Jim. Jeff and Kim Blackford, and the brother to Alexa and Davis. Grandson of Papa and Ridge Toppin. Nana in Foley, Alabama. Caden on for his second appearance of the fall. Threw an inning against the Knights last week. Struck out 2 batters. He will face 6, 7, and 8 here in the Old Hickory lineup. Nate Edgeworth, who's playing center field, he singled into left field, drove in a run in the first inning. Blackford delivers first pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Edgeworth also from Nolensville High School, along with the 2 center twins. Looks like we have a change at third base. Connor Moss in for Tanner Bumbelow at third base. Breaking pitch gets in there for called strike 1. All right, Michael, see if we got any more changes that you can see. Tyler Holsworth still in at shortstop. Over base still at second. Brody Melton at first. Swing and a miss. And down goes Edgeworth. Reed Mashinsky still out in right field. Devin Thrain in center, and big Jay Charla holding down left field as Arthur Myers steps to the plate. He also singled in the first inning to left field. Left-handed hitter. First pitch by Blackford misses outside. Arthur Myers from Overton High School. He's also a junior. Breaking pitch gets in there for called strike. Don't have a full graduation year, but I do have it for a couple of these players. And of the ones that are here, that'll appear to be juniors in high school, 2024 grads. 2 balls and a strike to Arthur Myers, who's played third base here the first 3 innings. Breaking pitch on the outside corner again. Nice little wrinkle on that breaking pitch for Caden Blackford. 6'2", 175-pound true freshman. Fouled off to the left side. It'll get through the pine trees and into the parking lot. Hopefully no windshields damaged there. You don't want to park your car out here during batting practice in left field, folks. Not out there in the left field parking lot anyway. Good stroke right there by Myers as he's protecting on that outside corner. That breaking pitch was out in the right-handed batter's box, but it was going to come across right on that outside corner. Myers stays alive. Served one in the left field in the first inning. Here it's a ground ball that gets by Blackford, and Holsworth cannot make the play. And I'm going to say that's an infield single. Tough play for Holsworth as that ball was grounded right back up the box, as they say, right over the pitcher's mound. Blackford's motion took him toward the first base side of the mound. He was not able to get back.
Number 11, Eric Curtis.
So that'll put a runner at first base with one out. And today's starting pitcher, Eric Curtis, steps in. He struck out swinging to end the first. On the outside corner, called strike one. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Six hits now for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. We're working in the 4th inning. Nice backhand throw down to first base. Throw. Catch made by Brody Melton, and not a slap tag, but at least a tag in the face of Arthur Myers, whose helmet came off. If his helmet stayed on, maybe the tag would have been on the bill of the helmet, but instead it got straight up in the mush. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Eric Curtis. Previous pitch, Myers was thinking it was going to get away from Godsey. He took another couple steps towards second. Godsey kind of felt that. Came up throwing. Throw was just a little bit away from the bag. High. Fastball misses. Brings us to a full count. A Framework Athletics full count. Owned by Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie. Trained baseball and softball. Pitching, fielding, hitting. Runner does not go. Breaking pitch on the inside corner. Has Curtis backing up. Called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Caden Blackford. 2 outs. Runner still at first base. Brings to the plate Riley Franz, playing shortstop here in the early part of the game. Riley walked to lead off the 2nd inning. Taps a ball down third base. Connor Moss will catch that ball in foul territory for strike 1. Connor Moss, one of the 4 Creek boys, one of the 4 Stewart's Creek players on the roster, along with their big brother, Michael Franklin, who sits up here in the press box during the game, keeping track of all the goings-on of the Stewart's Creek Hawks. No, what are they called? Hawks. And that ball's popped up down on the other side of first base. Corbin Overbay will get over to handle that pop-up for out number 3 to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. After 3.5, VolState leads 13-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back at VolState, where the Pioneers taking on the Old Hickory Baseball Club. A team of, I believe, juniors and seniors in high school from the Middle Tennessee area. And Brody Melton will step in against Logan Johnson back on the mound for a second inning. Logan Melton, the first time he's come to the plate with nobody on base, as he has delivered two-run home runs here against the Old Hickory Club. First two pitches to Melton. Miss outside the zone. The son of Sam Melton in Tullahoma and Amy Morris in Tullahoma. He's got some grandparents' names, Tootsie and Pops in Tullahoma, along with Opa and Omi in Tullahoma. And he is the big brother to Lily Ann Blake, 6'4", 205-pound, true freshman, and 3-0 pitch gets over for called strike. Brody, as I said earlier, having a fantastic fall. It'll be tough to keep him out of the lineup if he keeps hitting like this. There's a 3-1 strike on the outside corner. The Pioneers go play some good competition this weekend out at Lipscomb University in a little tournament, or that ball full count comes inside, and Melton will reach on a walk, the fifth walk of the ball game for Logan Johnson. Not giving up a hit yet, but now 5 walks and a hit batter. Not the outing he was hoping for. Reed Mashinsky coming up for his third plate appearance of the game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fastball misses down. He has walked and has reached on an error by the first baseman. Scored 1 run. So Brody, if he's going to score, he's going to have to run the bases. He won't get the jog around, but he will head down to second base on the wild pitch. Logan Johnson on the mound from Franklin High School, a 2024 grad. Mashinsky, a true freshman. Nice stop by, I believe that's still Isaac Patterson behind the plate. Count goes 3-0. Mashinsky, the son of Mike and Karen Mashinsky. I hope they're watching. Grandson of Grampy and Grammy in Sarasota. And he will take a 4-pitch walk. So the 6th walk.
Now batting, number 1, Tyler Holsworth.
He has faced 8 batters and walked 6, hit 1. Did strike out 1 batter. That ended the 3rd inning. Tyler Holsworth steps to the plate. He's been walked and hit by a pitch. First pitch strike there by Johnson. He is already set before the umpire says you can pitch. Count goes low, or ball goes low and away. Count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Something off speed there, maybe a changeup. Misses inside. As I said, big night tonight. Full Count Fall League. Team Reese plays game 1 of the playoffs. And my son, as the runners go, pitch called a ball. My son is in his head coaching debut. tonight. Team Reese playing Team Neal. Runners now second and third. And another walk. Loads the bases. Chase Birdwell stepping to the plate. Walked and been hit by a pitch. 7 hits in the first 2 innings off of Eric Curtis, but Logan Johnson has not put the ball in the strike zone enough for the Pioneers to get a good cut. And there's ball 1 to Bird, the extra hitter, as the Pioneers and the Old Hickory Baseball Club are each hitting 10 batters. The pitch misses outside. Hopefully Logan Johnson will learn to take a breath and try to relax. See the mitt and throw strikes. A lot better for guys to be hitting the ball than walking. You got a chance if they hit it. And there's ball 4. The 1 run comes in on 4 walks by Logan Johnson and brings Corbin Overbay to the plate. He has singled in the first and walked and scored in the third. There's a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 1. 11 walks and 4 hit batters have been gifted to the Pioneers so far in this ball game. Breaking pitch misses down low. Nice block by Isaac Patterson behind the plate. Reed Mashinsky at third, Tyler Holsworth at second, Chase Birdwell at first base. Brody Melton has already scored. There's a drive down the right field line, and the catcher, or the guy who started catching, I believe that is Hayden Center out there, and 3 runs will end up coming across on a single as Chase Birdwell did not stop. He just continued running. So a single drives in 3 runs, and that will turn over the inning. So 4 runs come across for the Pioneers on 1 hit. Let's see, we got 13, should be 17 up on the board. You got that, Silas? Why does that keep doing that? I don't know why that does that. It's almost, I don't know. I have no idea why it's doing it. 17-3 is the score. And we will head to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen, and the Swiss Army knife is on the mound. Chase Birdwell. Yes, you saw him walk in the bottom of the fourth inning, and now he is on the mound. Young man at 11 in Tennessee, and he will face Logan Johnson, who has just been on the mound for the Old Hickory Baseball Club. First pitch from Bird is high, ball one. Another pitch sails high. Chase scored on that line drive single that Hayden Center could not haul in on a diving attempt. Fastball comes high and tight as Logan Johnson is staring out at Chase Birdwell. This tell you what, this young man right here's got he got something. There's a pitch right down the can. He stared at the umpire when he didn't call strikes the way he wanted, and now he's right on top of the plate. He is, up on top of it. Now moves his left foot back a little bit. 3-1 pitch called, strike one, strike two. Now gone full. Framework Athletics full count. Johnson, who flew out to center field, a diving play by Devin Thrain, overhand breaking pitch by Birdwell, the second walk of the contest by the Pioneers. And Logan Johnson gets a chance to run the bases. Brings to the plate the leadoff batter, Tristan Vallone, who was singled and struck out looking. Swing and a miss. A pitch right down the middle. Birdwell looking for a ground ball. Left-handed hitting Tristan Vallone from Franklin High School, a 2024 graduate. Called strike two. Nice frame or dig by Landon Godsey on a ball that was at the knees on the outside corner. Johnson gets a big lead over at first base. Starts to head back, and a swing and a miss. Down goes Vallone for the first out of the fifth inning. Chris Collins comes to the plate. He's reached twice, once on an error, once on a single, led off the third inning. It's Carter Bolt with a base hit right back up the middle. Throw over to first base. Very close play as a new first baseman, Cedric Harris, over there. Replaces Brody Melton. Cedric getting his first action in the field. The runner takes off. Pitch called a strike. Throw down off of the helmet of Logan Johnson. Goes into center field. Will now try to go to third. The throw not in time to get him at third base. Nice play by Chase Birdwell to back up the throw. So a stolen base and an E2 on the throw allows Johnson. Strike was called. But Johnson got a huge jump. He just totally guessed, and he guessed right. Bird was going home. Got the stolen base. The throw was down there late as that pitch, breaking pitch, gets on the outside corner, called strike. So Johnson took off towards second base. The throw was so late down home, it was getting Johnson as he was coming up on a slide. Hit right. It was a good throw, right on the money, but it hit Johnson right in the helmet. Swing and a miss. Birdwell gets Chris Collins swinging. So 2 strikeouts for Chase Birdwell. Brings to the plate Isaac Patterson, who has sacrificed bunted in his first 2 plate appearances. The 3-hole hitter from Forest High School. Breaking pitch. Nice stop by Landon Godsey in the dirt. Birdwell walked Logan Johnson on a full count pitch. Then struck out Tristan Vallone. There's a fastball in the inside corner called strike. So after Danton Reinhardt started, we've had the Killer Bees, Carter Bolt, Caden Blackford, and Chase Birdwell on the hill. There's another fastball in the inside corner called strike 2. Birdwell, 6 foot, 200-pound right-hander, physical therapy major. The grandson of Nana and Gandy right here in Gallatin, and Gigi and Paul in Lebanon, Tennessee. Swing and a miss as Birdwell strikes out the 3 in a row to retire the Old Hickory Baseball Club after giving up a leadoff walk. So no runs, no hits. 1 error, 1 runner left on base after 4.5. VolState leads 17-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, Pioneers will send up Devin Thrain, Jay Sharla, and we will see if Hunter Searcy comes out to bat or if Coach Jim McGuire will have someone new come out for the DH position. And on the mound for inning number 5 for the Old Hickory Baseball Club, number 88, Arthur Myers from Overton High School, another right-hander, as Logan Johnson went what is considered 2 innings. Gave up 1 hit, 7 runs, walked 8, struck out 1 batter, and hit a batter. So assistant coach John Rypale will head down to first base. Coach McGuire already down the third base line. Devin Thrain will step in. He has doubled and walked, scored 2 runs already, and made a sparkling play out in center field. 6 foot, 180-pound true freshman from Summit High School from Thompson Station, Tennessee. Overhand breaking pitch from Myers. Gets in there for a called strike. Thrain, the son of Patrick and Michelle, and the grandson of Nani in Massachusetts and Grammy and Grandpa. Also in Massachusetts, a long way away, but YouTube works up there as well. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the two-way player, Devin Thrain, playing center field for the Pioneers today. Breaking pitch misses. Thrain has hit in 1 game. He went 0 for 1 and scored a run and walked. Fouls a ball straight back off the screen to bring us to a Framework Athletics full count. They have former Major League and minor league and college players, including Matt Blackham, who's a former player at MTSU for Coach McGuire, who are trainers out there, along with my buddy Carlos Lara, former rhythm player, and the 3-2 pitch misses outside. The 12th walk of the ball game for Old Hickory as the throw gets away from the pitcher. Big J Charlotte stepping to the plate from Riverdale High School. Fine young man I've gotten to know since this past spring when I started broadcasting games for the Pioneers. From Murfreesboro, Tennessee, an engineering major here at VolState. And he nearly gets hit with the first pitch. Throw down to first base by Patterson. Not in time. Charlotte singled on a bloop into shallow left center or left field and scored in the second, and then was hit by a pitch. And there's a line drive into center field, and that will get down and get by center fielder Nate Edgeworth. Charlotte will round second base, heading to third, and he will be in for a sliding triple. And an RBI to boot as Devin Thrain comes around to score on a line drive by Big J Charla. That ball was tailing away from center fielder Nate Edgeworth, and he took an angle that was not advantageous to cutting that ball off from going to the fence. Breaking pitch is Cam Hodges is the batter for Hunter Searcy. I believe this is Cam's first appearance. Nope, he's his second as he pops one up just beyond the infield. Second baseman Chris Collins will make the catch. Charlotte does not tag. Hodges was 0 for 2 in the game against the Knights last week. And Connor Moss will step in for his first at-bat of the ball game. So 1 out, 1 run in. And Charla on at third base. Pitch goes high to the third baseman from Stewart's Creek. Swinging a nice play by the third baseman. Throw over to first, not able to be picked out of the dirt by Zachary Sinner. I believe that's his brother, Hayden Sinner, down at third base. A nice pick on the hard shot. But Moss on at first base. And Charlo scores run number 19. So an RBI, but it'd be an error on the third baseman. And Landon Godsey will step back into the plate for his fourth time tonight. So after walking the first batter, Arthur Myers throwing pitches that Pioneer batters can swing at, as Godsey swings and misses at that. Fastball outside. Connor Moss getting a 3-step lead over there at first base. Maybe the shortest lead I've ever seen in college. What's the matter with Moss over there at first? Wonder if the coach told him to stay close. I'm not sure, but he swings, fouls that pitch off to the right side, and that means pitcher will get some exercise going after that, as the tandem of Cade Sanders and Logan Kimberly will head off to see if they can find that pearl. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Pioneer catcher, who is 1 for 3, singled and scored in the second. Overhand breaking pitch just misses. I'm surprised that one went by without a hack. Slow breaking pitch. Godsey 2 for 6 in the fall before tonight's action. It's a Framework Athletics full count. Ryan McDuffie, one of the owners, can be reached at ryan@frameworkathletics.net. Framework Athletics facility just right down the road from Hendersonville CrossFit, or CrossFit Hendersonville. Ball 4 to Landon Godsey. Puts runners at first and second. Second walk of the inning by Myers. And Cedric Harris stepping to the plate, replacing Brody Melton. At first base, and he'll get his second plate appearance of the fall. Cedric from Overton High School walked and scored in the game last week against the Knights. It's his second plate appearance. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes to the first baseman, true freshman, the son of Cedric Harris Sr. and Clarissa Harris here in Nashville, Tennessee. His dad lives in Shreveport. And there's a pitch that goes right by the head of home plate umpire Chris Judkins after it just glanced off the glove of the catcher. Ball 3, so I believe that's a pass ball. Not sure what happened there. It was a cross-up, but the ball clearly could have been handled by Isaac Patterson. So runners at second and third. Harris will look at a strike called, and that ball will also get by Patterson, but runners will not advance as Cedric threw his bat over toward the dugout, but he'll retrieve that and hopefully be happy to be back in the box and getting a chance to swing the stick. Who we got on deck? Anybody got a helmet on? We're going to be done after this batter. Swing and a pop-up down the right field line. Actually, first base, it will not be caught. It's just outside of my view. And I know if it's out of my view, it's out of your view. So apparently an attempt by first baseman Zachary Sinner, but no catch That will bring us to a full count. This apparently will be the last batter as nobody is on deck for Pioneers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the sixth batter in the inning. 2 runs are already in. There was one hit, Jay Charles triple, and that will be ball 4, and that will end the inning. So 3 walks in the inning for Arthur Myers. 2 runs come across. They do get 1 out. So we will head to the top of the 6th. Pioneers lead 19-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Moving to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher on the mound. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Calls Braxton Alexander, left-hander from Woodbury, Tennessee. First pitch to Zachary Center in there for called strike 1. True freshman. 5'11", 175 pounds. This is his second appearance of the year. Through last week against the Knights, through 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. There's a swing and a miss. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting first baseman Zachary Center from Nolensville High School. Alexander, the son of Brian and Andrea Alexander. And the older brother to Andrew, the grandson of Papa and Mimi in Reedaville, Tennessee. Thank you all for joining us tonight on the VolState Sports Network. Fastball just misses outside. Brings us to a Framework Athletics full count. See the sign out there just to the right of the baseball sign in the outfield. There's a ground ball up the middle. Holsworth will throw over to first base to retire Zachary Center. So 1 out brings up his twin brother Hayden Center, who is 1 for 2, doubled in the first inning. grounded out. So Zachary hits from the left side. Hayden hits from the right side. Strike called. Alexander pours that fastball over the plate. A marketing major here at Volunteer State. Tries to overthrow that one a little bit. Gets that one in the dirt. New catcher behind the plate for the Pioneers, Landon Luderman. New left fielder, R.J. Moore, who's replacing Jay Charlo. Luderman in for Landon Godsey. So we had the two Landons behind the plate. Alexander misses with another fastball. 2 balls and a strike. So we have R.J. Moore in left, Devin Thrain out in center field playing deep, and Reed Mashinsky in right. Here's a fastball that just misses. Count goes 3-1. Only 2 walks for the Pioneers today and 9 strikeouts. There's a strike called. Another full count. Had a little technical issues getting online today, but A.J. Fawson able to come to the rescue, and there's another ground ball that's not a foul. Over to Connor Moss, who sails that one past Thedrick Harris for an error. Connor had the time, and it's almost like maybe he had too much time. Third error of the ball game for the Pioneers. And Nate Edgeworth will come to the plate. Swing and a miss. Edgeworth singled in the first inning, drove in a run, and struck out in the fourth. Old Hickory Baseball Club came out looking like the Atlanta Braves here, top of the first inning. Scored 3 runs on 4 hits, but they were aided by an error. So all 3 of those runs were unearned. Stanton Reinhardt had to take the hit for that. Fastball in the outside corner, called strike. They did deliver 3 straight hits, though. 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup, a double, single, single. All 3 of those hits went into left field. Well hit baseballs, but only 2 hits since the first inning. Check swing. Ball goes outside. Edgeworth able to hold up. On deck, Arthur Myers, the current pitcher for Old Hickory Baseball Club. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch right down the can, called strike 3. 2 outs now. Myers comes to the plate. He is 2 for 2. An infield single up the middle, just right over the mound. Play not able to be made by Tyler Holsworth, but not sure that he would have thrown Arthur Myers out at first anyway. Myers also singled to left field in the first inning. Myers faced a left-hander in Danton Reinhardt in the first, a right-hander in Caden Blackford in the fourth, and now back to a left-handed thrower. Braxton Alexander, strike right down the middle. Pioneers scored 5 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. Lead 19-3. Similar score to the Knights is a swing and a miss by Myers. Pioneers won 19-4 against the 18 and under Knights club in a 9-inning affair last Wednesday night. Game started at 93 degrees, felt like 101 today. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still feeling a bit warm outside. Swing and a miss at a pitch up around his face and a throw down to first base. And Harris tags out Hayden Center. But of course, that's 4 outs in the inning. So the pickoff doesn't count. You can't carry him over, folks. So Arthur Myers strikes out swinging for out number 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the 6th, you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Not the Full Count Broadcast. This is the VolState Broadcast Network. Full Count Broadcast Network is in the summer. We'll be right back as the coaches are getting together and talking maybe about the what's going to happen the rest of this ball game. It's scheduled for 9. Guess there's a chance that maybe that doesn't happen, but we'll find out. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese at Vol State Community College. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Pioneers lead 19-3 over the Old Hickory Baseball Club, a 18 and under team here in Middle Tennessee. Reed Mashinsky will come to the plate and face Chris Collins, new pitcher on for Old Hickory. As Arthur Myers goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, 2 runs. Mashinsky fouls that ball off to the right side. Reed has walked, reached on an error and walked. Scored both times on that walk. Still playing right field as Tyler Holsworth is on deck. There's a breaking pitch that does not get across the plate, stays down. Pioneers scored in every inning and have not been retired on 3 outs yet in an inning. Swing and a miss on a fastball that rides outside. Sure that home plate umpire Chris Judkins has told these guys now, let's swing the bat, fellas, at anything close. There's a ground ball to second. I think that's Arthur Myers out there. He will pick it up and throw over to Zachary Center for out number 1. I believe that's the first time all ball game that the leadoff batter has been retired. for the Pioneers. And it is. Brings up Tyler Holsworth, who has walked, hit by a pitch, and walked. Been on base all 3 times, scored twice. Thank you all for joining us here tonight for this midweek game. Breaking pitch in the dirt. So Saturday and Sunday, the VolState Pioneers will play at a little, I don't know what, the round robin tournament over at David Lipscomb, or at Lipscomb University. Used to be known as Lipscomb's. That ball's driven out to right center fielder. Back goes Nate Edgeworth. That will one-hop the wall. Holsworth stepping on second, and he will not stop till he gets to third base. A stand-up triple for Tyler Holsworth. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. Maddox Liebrick stepping to the plate, formerly known as DJ Maddox. Another Creeker, Stewart's Creek High School. He is pinch hitting for Chase Birdwell. Swings and misses at the first offering from Collins. Maddox Liebrick redshirted last year and was our DJ. We combined this year the PA and the DJ. Liebrick looks at strike 2. Last year we had a PA man, Carter Bolt, DJ Maddox Liebrick, and who worked our scoreboard? Swing and a miss. Liebrick could not hold up on a high fastball. So that's out number 2 by Collins. Corbin Overbay will step in for his 4th plate appearance. 2 singles and a walk as Isaac Patterson will head out to talk to Collins. I don't think they know anything about the Sevier County High School product, Corbin Overbay, but may want to see if they can put a 0 up on the board for the first time and keep Tyler Holsworth there at third base. 2 outs. Pitch goes high to Overbay. Trying to remember who did. Somebody ran our scoreboard. We had some changes. That ball's popped up. Looks playable for Arthur Myers, and he will make the catch for out number 3. So the first time in the ball game that Old Hickory has retired the Pioneers. So 4 batters come to the plate. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So there's a 0 in the column for the Old Hickory Baseball Club, and we will head to the 7th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Austin Brewington on for the Pioneers. He is the 6th pitcher. So we head to the top of the 7th inning. He will face 8, 9, and 10. Swing and a miss by Eric Curtis. Brewington, 5'10", 175-pound transfer from Southwest Tennessee Community College. Went to high school at Watertown High School in Watertown, Tennessee. Swing and a miss. Now 0-2 on Eric Curtis from Wilson Central. Committed to go play at Christian Brothers down in Memphis. Breaking pitch stays high. Brewington, a chemical engineering major here at VolState, the son of David and Connie Brewington, grandson of Paul and Nanny and Paul and Nana, all in Watertown. Fastball stays high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. New shortstop in the ball game, Ryan Wells from Eagleville High School. Replaced Tyler Holsworth. Another high fastball gets us to a full count. Brought to you by Athletic Director Bobby Hudson here at Volunteer State. Giving me the opportunity to broadcast baseball games here, and a strike looking by Eric Curtis, who has now struck out 3 times in the ball game.
Now batting, number 7, Riley France.
Braxton Alexander went 1 inning, struck out 2, faced 4. Riley Franz steps in against Austin Brewington. Ground ball right back up the middle, and that would get through for a base hit as Franz. It's his first hit of the ball game. Been wearing out the middle of the field here lately, as the last 3 singles have been right up the middle. Brings to the plate Logan Johnson. First pitch he sees, called strike. Who's a Monterey High School player? Is that right? It doesn't tell me where he went. He's Monterey High School? I'll be right. So he's a 2023 guy. Monterey High School. He's the only one on here that they didn't write in there. Ball outside, throw down, not in time. Is Landon Luderman. Is that right? Teammate of Silas Randolph, our scoreboard operator. Riley Franz has been playing shortstop all night for the Old Hickory Ball Club. He's at least an hour and a half away from home, isn't he? Off-speed pitch misses low and away. Logan Johnson flew out to center field, ended up being a double play as Franz was picked off at first base by Devin Thrain, who made an outstanding play on a diving catch and came up throwing to first. Franz was off the base. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Johnson then walked, stole second, and reached third base on an errant throw by the catcher trying to catch him stealing. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Another throw down to first. And the runner will get in safely to second. As soon as he saw that throw from Luderman to first, he just took off and went to second base. But 2 outs now. So a stolen base by Franz. I wonder if that was by design to get Luderman to throw to first and just take off. Pretty good play if he actually thought to do that because he set him up. Now batting, leadoff batter Tristan Vallone, swing and a miss. A ball that just fell out of the sky when it got to the plate. Not sure what that pitch is. That's a splitter of some sort. Nice pitch by Austin Brewington, who now has 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. A runner at second base. Had a 1-out single and then stole second. Breaking pitch misses. Pioneers play Saturday against Dyersburg State at 3 o'clock at Lipscomb University, and then Sunday at 1 o'clock against the Motlow State Bucks. All 10 of the teams in the Tennessee JUCO will be playing 2 games. That ball's fouled off of the lower leg of Vallone. The games start on Friday. I was talking to head coach Jeff Forehand of Lipscomb University. Make sure that we'd have access to the press box. I will be broadcasting. I'm sure I'm the only broadcaster that'll be down there this weekend. So he said I'd definitely have access, so we should be good to go. But 3 games on Friday, swing and a miss. Down goes Vallone. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Austin Brewington. A fine inning. Bounce back from his last appearance. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. 19-3, the Pioneers lead. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Pioneers, Devin Thrain. He will face Chris Collins, who will be on for his 2nd inning. The first pitcher for the Old Hickory Baseball Club to retire the Pioneers and get 3 outs in an inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Scheduled Devin Thrain, R.J. Moore, and probably a pinch hitter for Hunter Searcy. First pitch to Thrain. This is down low. Thrain doubled in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. Scored 3 runs, asked for time. Infield alignment at 3rd for the Old Hickory, Hayden Center, as that pitch misses outside. Hayden Center at 3rd. Riley Franz at short. Arthur Myers at 2nd. And Zachary Center at first base. Isaac Patterson still behind the plate. Count goes 3-0 on Thrain. Tristan Vallone still out in left field. Nate Edgeworth in center. And Eric Curtis in right field. Strike called. Thrain looking for an opportunity to swing the bat here. He has a 3-1 pitch down low, ball 4. He will take his third walk, and the first walk by Chris Collins. Chris Collins from Northeast High School on the mound for his second inning. R.J. Moore stepping to the plate for his first plate appearance from Beach High School right down the road here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He hails from Goodlettsville. Pitch misses just outside. R.J. for the fall played against the Knights last week and went 1 for 2, scored a run, drove in a run, and was hit by a pitch. Starts to swing, but holds up. Pitch called, strike. Jay Sharla finished the night 2 for 2. A single, a triple, and a hit by pitch. 2 balls and a strike. R.J. Moore, a true freshman, 6'1", 180 pounds, an accounting major. Swings and fouls that ball off. R.J. is the son of Ricardo Moore in Goodlettsville and Brooke Heiler in Nashville, Tennessee. The older brother to younger sisters Joy and Hope. Grandson of Nana in Nashville and Papa and Gigi also in Nashville. Outfielder did a little pitching at Beach High School. There's a breaking pitch in there for called strike 3. Nice pitch by Collins. He gets his second strikeout of the evening. So after a leadoff walk to Devin Thrain, retires R.J. Moore on a breaking pitch. Cam Hodges. I did not write him in my book the last time, and he popped out to the second baseman in the 5th. Takes a hack here and line drive over the shortstop. It'll get into left center field. Thrain will get on his horse, get into third base. Hodges will follow it up and get a double for his efforts. Ball that was cut off deep in the left center field gap. Hodges gets his first hit. Check that. That is his first collegiate hit right there for the young man. And stepping to the plate, Connor Moss. Sees a fastball go high. That was a ball laced into left center field by Cam Hodges. Swinging a pop up that should get out of play and will. Cam Hodges, 6 foot, 180 pound freshman, also from Sevier County. He and Corbin Overbay were teammates over there at Sevier County High School. He's a logistics major, the son of Michael Hodges and Jessica Roberts. Home plate umpire said that Connor Moss went, called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now on Moss, who reached on an error by the third baseman, throwing error by center. That's a breaking pitch that just barely missed inside. So Hayden Center down at third base made a nice play on a hard hit ball by Connor Moss, but the throw was in the dirt and Hayden's brother Zachary could not dig it out. There's a ball in the dirt, and that will get away from Isaac Patterson. The 20th run will come across the plate for the Pioneers on a wild pitch. Hodges will move up to third base. Connor Moss will see a Framework Athletics full count. 2 for 4 tonight on full count first pitch foul balls. So he will take ball 4. Second walk of the inning by Chris Collins. And Landon Luderman will come to the plate for his first AB of the night as he replaced Landon Godsey. Luderman's gotten action at third base as he's been the only true freshman starter. In a couple of these games, he starts to go on a ball up high. Check out to the base umpire who says no, he did not go. Luderman 5'10", 185 pounds, and he takes a big cut at that one. It's a strong young man from Knoxville Catholic. General Studies major, the son of Daniel and Shannon Luderman and the brother to Hudson and Easton. Grandson of Nana in Louisiana and Granny in Arizona. Another foul ball off to the left side into the parking lot through the beautiful pine trees that line the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex here on the campus of VolState Community College. Fastball goes high and outside to Luderman. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners, 1 out. 1 hit in the inning. Double by Cam Hodges. 2 walks. Scored a run. Breaking pitch misses. Brings us to a Framework Athletics full count. Ball 4. Heard that a number of times tonight. Loads the bases. Thedrick Harris comes to the plate. He walked in the 5th. Thedrick was the last hitter to come to the plate. Looks like he's going to be the last hitter to come to the plate in this inning as well, as no one is out on deck. He is the 6th batter to come to the plate. So here's what Thedrick does not need to do. He doesn't need to be taking any pitches. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Swing the stick when you know there's nobody coming behind you. Take a hack. Maybe not at that one. About helmet high. So Thedrick Harris and Mookie Betts have something in common. Attended the same high school. Swing and a miss. Along with Tanner Bumbelow. 2 Overton Bobcats. There is an Overton County in Tennessee, but Overton High School is right on I-65 or Franklin Road. Franklin Road Academy, Father Ryan, and Overton High School, all right in a row on Franklin Road in South Nashville. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thedrick Harris. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Patterson. Isaac Patterson from Forest High School. Third baseman and first baseman from Nolensville High School, the Center brothers. Nate Edgeworth, also a center fielder from Nolensville. As that ball is lifted out to right field, shallow. And the second baseman will come in and make the catch. Runner will come in from third base. I'm not sure if he actually tagged or not, but since we're going to walk off the field, we'll count the run. So we will clear the bases and throw a run on the board, but an out will be recorded. So they went 2/3 of an inning in that inning as Thedrick Harris will have popped out to the second baseman for out number 2. Well, we will move ahead in the game. We will head to the top of the 8th inning as the Pioneers scored 2 more runs on 1 hit. No errors. So we'll be right back with a new pitcher on the mound. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Semi-concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Number 15, Keegan Evick on for inning number 8. Keegan, 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore from Clarksville, Tennessee, attended Rossview High School, general studies major, son of Curtis and Tracy Evick, and he will be on to face 2, 3, and 4 in the Old Hickory lineup. Fastball right down the can for strike 1 to Chris Collins, who was 1 for 3. Keegan has had a rough start to the fall on the mound. Looking to get some redemption as that pitch is called strike on the outside corner. Evick in 3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, walked 2, struck out 1 batter. Looking to have a good clean inning as that pitch goes way outside, ball 1. Pioneers pitchers have shut down Old Hickory starting in the 2nd inning, put zeros on the board after giving up 3 in the top of the 1st. There's a change-up, and that will be singled into left field. R.J. Moore gets the ball back in. So a leadoff single by Chris Collins. Ground ball just to the right of Ryan Wells, who's come in for Tyler Holsworth.
Number 10, Isaac Patterson.
That's shortstop. Isaac Patterson steps to the plate. Pitch comes inside. The 8th hit of the ball game for Old Hickory. Throw over to first base, not in time. 11 hits for the Pioneers, but they've been gifted a lot of runners with walks and hit batters. Another throw over to first base, not in time. "17 walks by Old Hickory pitching. 2 balls, no strikes now to Isaac Patterson, who's sacrifice bunted twice and struck out. Throw over to first, not in time. Cedric Harris Receiving the throw and slapping a tag down on Chris Collins, who has pitched 2 innings, the last 2 innings. I would assume they have another pitcher or so coming in, and that ball will ride in on Patterson, and that's the first hit batter of the ball game for the Pioneers. Evick trying to get inside there a little bit too much. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out. Keegan just can't get that clean inning. Brings to the plate Zachary Center, who was 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Evick looking for a ground ball as Ryan Wells, the Dansby Swanson look-alike, out there at shortstop, is working the runner back to second. Fastball misses outside. Connor Moss at third, Ryan Wells at short, Corbin Overbay at second, Thedrick Harris at first base, Landon Luderman behind the plate. R.J. Moore in left, Devin Thrain in center. I believe that's still Reed Mashinsky out in right field. Breaking pitch on the outside corner, nice pitch. (21-3) football score. 3 touchdowns to a field goal. Outside corner called strike. Down goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Feels like it's cooled off pretty well here. (84 degrees, feels like 90, and that's cool. There's ball on the outside, just misses. Started at 5:08, 2 hours and 40 minutes into this contest. Runners going, and 2-2 pitch fouled down the third base line over by the fence just past the Pioneers dugout. Game against the Knights, the 9-inning game that actually was more like a 11-inning game. Went 3 hours and 48 minutes. There's a swing and a miss. Evick gets his first out via the strikeout. It brings twin brother Hayden Center to the plate, who is 1 for 3, doubled, grounded out, and reached on an error. Could be 2. Ground ball to Overbay at second. He flips the short. Wells over to first base. A 4-6-3. Just what the doctor ordered for Keegan Evick. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 runner left on base. So after 7.5, Pioneers lead 21-3. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back at VolState, where Reed Mashinsky will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning
Now batting. Number 4.
for the Pioneers. Chris Collins back on the mound for inning number 3. He has faced 10 batters in his 2 innings. Not sure if they have any more pitchers or not, but scheduled for 9 innings. Reed Mashinsky steps to the plate. Called strike 1. Mashinsky is 0 for 2, has walked twice, reached on an error, looking for his first hit of the ball game. There's another strike right on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Collins getting ahead quickly. On deck, Ryan Wells. Swing and a miss on a little slider by Collins. Down goes Mashinsky. We're out number 1. Strikeout number
22.
3 on the night for Collins. Ryan Wells will get his first AB of the night. Breaking pitch misses outside. Wells wearing number 22. Last year worn by Cam Matting, former Stewart's Creek. It was the 5th Stewart's Creeker from last year. After he left, now we only have 4. There's a swing and a foul down the right field line. Will Trapp and Eli Klotfelter will be on the move. Is that Braxton Alexander? Takes 3 to find that one. It's getting dark down there, Silas. You never know. Could be a boogeyman down there or something. Ryan Wells looks at that pitch as it falls right at the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Wells 1 for 3. And a hit by pitch and scored a run so far this fall. Sees ball 4. Fourth walk of the evening by Collins. Isaac Patterson goes out to talk to Chris a little bit about something. Maybe holding a runner on as Maddox Liebrick will step to the plate. He struck out on 3 pitches in the 6th, facing Chris Collins. Take more than 3 pitches to strike him out this time. So he sees the first pitch low and away. Nice slide out to make that snag. Isaac Patterson did not start behind the plate, but has been in there, I believe, for the last 5 innings. Foul ball straight back as Cade Sanders was in danger territory right there, but he gives a thumbs up. He's okay. He's running the radar gun tonight. Caleb Pika is running something and charting something, sitting right next to him. So 1-1 to Maddox, the son of Greg and Amy Liebrick. Throw over to first. Ryan, don't call me. Dansby Swanson Wells is back at first base. Maddox, an undecided major. Has an older sister, Madison, and a granny in Smyrna, and a pawpaw or maybe that's a papaw, and Mama Sheila in Decaturville. A ball in the dirt. Read nicely by Ryan Wells, who hustles down to second base. Gets in scoring position for his fellow red shirt freshman, Maddox Liebrick. Ryan Wells was up here keeping the scorebook on the computer. There's a fastball in there for called strike 2, Liebrick. Last year, so he used to sit up here to my left. Michael Franklin, he's just observing. Looks like a minor league scout or maybe a scout from a 4-year school sitting up here, not making any physical notes on a notepad that happens to be right in front of him that I put there, but swinging a foul ball straight back. Michael's making mental notes. He is the Pioneers super fan. It didn't work, did it, Silas? Silas asked him what the score was. Asked him not to look at the scoreboard, but he looked right at it. Maddox down on strikes on another nice breaking pitch by Collins. 4th strikeout of the evening for Collins, 2nd one of the inning. So 2 outs. A walk sandwiched in between 2 strikeouts, and Colin Athey comes to the plate to bat for Corbin Overbay. He looks at a fastball high. Athey also a two-way player. He has working some arm issues, so not on the mound yet. But he has gotten into a game last week, got one at bat and walked in the game against the Knights. Has a 2-0 count now, and now a pitch that, how in the world that didn't hit him, I don't know. I have no idea. He did everything he could to get out of the way of that, and apparently was successful. Collins, 6'1", 200-pound true freshman from Centerville, Maryland, attended Queen Anne's County High School, son of Joe and Maureen Athey, and takes a 4-pitch walk. So 2 at-bats in the fall, and he has not had a chance to swing the stick yet. Puts runners at 1st and 2nd for Devin Thrain back in there for his 5th plate appearance of the night. 2 outs. Pitch sails high, right around his chin. He ducks out of the way of that. Devin played center field all night tonight. Doubled in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, and walked in the 7th. Has scored 4 runs. Young man from Summit High School. Left-handed throwing and right-handed batting. Collins now gone 3 balls, no strikes to Thrain. On deck, R.J. Moore. 5th batter to come to the plate in the inning for the Pioneers. The pitch you want to take a hack at, and Devin Thrain could not. Cut loose. Might not see a pitch that nice again. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. Definitely not as good as that 3-0 pitch, but good enough to swing at. Thrain has a couple innings on the mound for the Pioneers. There's a ball hit out to down the left field line. It's going foul and will drop in front of left fielder Tristan Vallone, just in front of the Pioneers bullpen. So a full count, first pitch, foul ball. 3 for 5 on the night is my tally. There's a chance I might have missed one in there. Had a lot of batters and a lot of full counts tonight. Silas, how you hanging up here, buddy? You holding up okay? You looking tired? Huh? Can't handle the press box that long? The runners go. Another ball driven down the left field line. That'll get into the parking lot. Out of play. Well hit, but if he'd have let that go, it would have either hit him or definitely would have been ball 4. But R.J. Moore waiting on deck. Runners go again. Another foul ball straight back. So Ryan Wells will retreat to second. Colin Athey will retreat to first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Not sure if we'll bat in the bottom of the 9th if they have another pitcher or not. Probably not. There's a long drive to left field. Tristan Vallone will get over to left center field and make the grab just in front of the warning track for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base for the Pioneers. We're going to the top of the 9th, and again, I'm not sure if we're going to play a bottom of the 9th. I would think if they'd have had another pitcher throwing, they probably would have thrown him in that inning. So there's a chance that this will be the last half inning. But we'll see here shortly. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Top of the 9th inning. Old Hickory will send Nate Edgeworth, Arthur Myers, and Eric Curtis to the plate to face the new pitcher, Noah Ward from Knoxville Catholic. Teammate with Landon Luderman, who's still behind the plate for the Pioneers. Ward, 6'2", 200-pound true freshman, gets a swing and a miss from Edgeworth. Count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Noah, a general studies major, the son of Melissa Ward and the older brother to Abram and Sophie Bell. Grandson of Mama in Clinton, Tennessee. There's a foul ball and a check swing from Edgeworth, who has gone 1 for 3 on the night. Young man from Nolensville High School. 3 Nolensville High School players here for Old Hickory tonight. All the scoring done by Old Hickory was in the first inning. Noah Ward bringing it. That pitch misses just outside. Ward also a two-way player. Pitches and plays third base. Number 18. Breaking pitch will sit down Edgeworth, and he knew it. Strikeout looking.
Now batting, number 88, Arthur Myers.
16th strikeout by Pioneers pitching tonight, to go with 2 walks and a hit batter. Arthur Myers steps at the plate. He's 2 for 3. He swings at the first pitch he sees from Ward, fouls it off. The Overton High School junior. Ward rocks and fires outside. Chris Judkins, the home plate umpire, tough duty tonight has done a pretty good job behind the plate, I believe, of being fair for both sides. Swing and a miss at a fastball by Ward. Young man throws hard. Noah has one inning pitched thus far, gave up a hit, a walk, has struck out 2 in that inning, and has now struck out 2 in this inning. As Arthur Myers goes down swinging. And we'll bring Eric Curtis to the plate, who has struck out 3 times on the evening. Eric Curtis from Wilson County over at Wilson Central High School. Does not look comfortable inside the box. Might be a pitcher only. But tonight getting a shot to swing the bat against junior college pitchers as he steps out of that fastball inside. Who from the team did, was it Dalton Pizer that's heading to Christian Brothers? Or he's down in, okay. So Dalton Pizer, right fielder for the Pioneers last year, is down at Christian Brothers, where this young man apparently is heading as well. Noah Ward now gone 3-0. Riley Franz, the Monterey Jackrabbits. What are they called? Wildcats, okay. The Monterey Wildcats. At ball 4, Eric Curtis will get on base for the first time tonight on a free pass. There is somebody warming up in the bullpen down there. Are we gonna throw another pitcher? Somebody just playing around. Oh, Noah Eatman. Is he? You think he's coming into the game at some point? No. Okay. Noah Eatman's been injured. There's a fastball on the outside corner. Called strike 1 to the shortstop, Riley Franz, who singled up the middle. His last at bat, 1-for-2, walked in the second inning. Timeout called. So game time on Saturday is 3 o'clock Central. But there'll be, I think, at least 2 games prior to that. So I will try to tweet out a more reasonable start time. They'll try to start as close as they can, but when you have games in front of you, you never know what's going to be happening. So I will try to hit the VolState Baseball Twitter page to let folks know the timing of first pitch and when we will start the broadcast. Typically, I'll start streaming 15 minutes before game time and then actually go on the air 10 minutes before. Obviously, in today's game, we had some technical issues after updating some software. Ball has popped up. Thedrick Harris in foul territory. Looks like he's got a beat on it, and we'll make the grab. 4 out, number 3. And looks like we are finishing. That will be the end of the game. So Noah Ward goes an inning, gives up a walk, strikes out 3. The final score will be 21-3 as the Pioneers scored in 6 of the 8 innings. They moved to 6-0 on the season in a game that ends up taking 3 hours and 4 minutes. Pioneers had 21 runs on 11 hits. Old Hickory scores 3 runs on 7 hits. There were a boatload of errors, honestly, by both teams. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 errors for the Pioneers. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 errors on Old Hickory. So big hitter of the ball game for the Pioneers all the way back in the first and second innings. Brody Melton with 2 two-run home runs in successive innings. Ended up going 2 for 2, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Let's see if anybody else had 2 hits on the night. Big Jay Charlotte, 2 for 2, single and a triple. Not a lot of hits to go around with those 21 runs. There were 19 walks, as by my count, and 4 hit batters. So 23 freebies given up by Old Hickory. So Chris Collins and Gar Volante, the coaches for the Old Hickory team, thank you for bringing them over here, getting them some exposure for the night. Alex Qualls, fantastic job on the public address and the music tonight. We'll work on that timing. This is the fall for the press box folks as well. So a game that went about the way we thought it might go, and you have 1, 2, and 3 year college players playing against juniors and seniors in high school. But good experience for those young men, and get some work in for a bunch of players on a 52-man roster. So it gives head coach Jim McGuire and assistant coach John Ripel and pitching coach Braden Kale some looks. But thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm sure the Mizels checked in, and the Burrises and the Godseys normally attend and listen, and sometimes even email in. So I know the Cersei's also check it out. The Halls, I went back and looked at last year's emails to see all the folks that emailed in, and it was quite a few of you, even that are returning back. So thank you all for joining me on the broadcast each and every time we do this. I love doing it. I appreciate Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and head coach Jim McGuire giving me the opportunity to watch some baseball and describe it for you as best I can. I'm not Harry Carey or Jack Buck or any of those guys at all, but I sure enjoy doing this, and I hope it's a service that you all enjoy. It's not as good as being here at the ballpark, but I know many of you are quite a few hours away and can't get here, especially for midweek games. So I do appreciate this opportunity, and look forward to speaking to you all again on Saturday afternoon from Lipscomb University down in Nashville. So a 21-3 win for the Pioneers against the Old Hickory Baseball Club tonight. It'll be a lot different on Saturday when the Pioneers take on the Dyersburg State Eagles, and then on Sunday when they take on the Motlow State Bucks. So for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and head coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for now. Talk to you on Saturday. God bless each and every one of you. Good night, everybody.